First of all, how the name came to be. Years ago, I was doing a presentation, I believe it was in Florida. And one of the guys in the audience made a comment about my enthusiasm when I talk about real estate investing, because I love this business. And he said, the man, all the energy that you have when you present, it's like a mad scientist. And my specialty is taking what someone looks at and then reshaping it and making it look totally different, especially when it comes to marketing concepts and marketing strategies and so on. And that's really how that actual name came from. A lot of time I'm introducing things that a lot of people have never heard of, or strategies that a lot of people have never seen. And the scientist moniker really stuck with that, as well as the ingenuity behind it. Now, have you already turned over the screen to me?
What's that again?
The screen?
Have you turned over the screen?
You got a presentation you want to put up there?
Yes.
I don't know. Oh, let me put that person in. Let's see.
How to share screen?
Well, share screen would be my screen.
Yeah.
But you can give me control.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Where's that option at?
Because we will have quite a long night if I'm unable to play this presentation.
Yeah, I'm looking for it. Maybe it's because it's in a meeting. I'm not seeing it to share the screen with you. Let's see. I could do share screen for me.
It said host disabled screen sharing.
What's that?
Host disabled screen sharing?
Yeah, that's what it says. So you can share it. You disabled it somewhere in your controls.
Okay. I don't know if I can change it without killing the meeting. That's what I'm looking for.
Uh-oh.
Oh, wait, here we go. Maybe this is it.
I think it's probably where the bar is at, and something says more or something.
Yeah.
It says more.
I'm just looking. Just give me 1 second. Share screen.
We're still new to this thing.
That's okay.
That's a full screen.
We're used to the hotel deal, you know?
Uh-huh.
Side by side, maximize. Where is this?
It said in the more.
Yeah, no, more is just stop live stream.
It should be more than just one thing.
Profile, no.
When you move your mouse, it should be like a green and yellow bar that comes up. It's maybe in there where it says stop meeting and all that stuff.
Stop video, rename, pin, spotlight, add profile, hide self view, mute. I don't know if it's in here. I'm not seeing it anywhere in here. That's why I'm in the settings right now looking to see screen sharing. Maybe this is it. Nope.
That should be screen sharing.
No, general.
Use dual monitors?
No.
Okay.
Not seeing video. Or maybe it's in here. Display.
It doesn't seem to be coming up anywhere.
Yeah, share screen, enter full screen, scale to fit, enabled.
Enable the remote control of all applications.
All applicants. Oh, no applications.
Application. Put your glasses on.
Chat. I'm not seeing it anywhere.
It may also be in, if you look at participants, look where my name is at. Look
Maybe,
and see,
yeah.
and turn it over to that person.
Okay. Make host.
Yes. So if you make them a host, then.
Yep. If you make me a host, I can do it.
There we go.
Now you should be able to do it.
Excellent. 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 We are.
Took a few minutes, but we got it.
No problem. And let me know if you're able to see the screen.
Yep.
Yes.
Now we can see it.
Okay. Like I was saying earlier, the name came from doing a presentation in Florida. And what I love about real estate investing is that it allows you to do so much when it comes to being creative. I'm going to go through my story, but then I'm going to really jump into this presentation. But the key aspect of this presentation that really, really thrives me and come to working with you and giving you guys as much information as I possibly can is the fact that you're going to ask questions. I love giving out bonuses. So for those individuals who ask questions through the presentation, I got a boatload of bonuses that I'm going to give you today. So basically, I need that engagement because that's where I get my energy from when it comes to doing these presentations. Now, for those of you who don't know, I'm Charles Blair. They call me the mad scientist. I grew up in the projects of East Baltimore. As a matter of fact, the only picture I could find of where I lived as a child was a picture that had the police tape and had policemen going through the projects. That's how bad it was down there in the projects. This is the only picture I actually could find in that area. So growing down in the projects was pretty tough. I have to hand it to you. But I'm a firm believer that it's not how you start the race that matters, it's how you finish it. And I'm that guy that grew up in the projects. I thought I knew it all. And when you have that type of mentality, you find out later in life that you really don't know it at all. I wound up dropping out of junior high school in the 9th grade. To this day, I still have a 9th grade education. And the one thing that really got me past being that person who would be another statistic was real estate investing. But early on, I had no idea that my life was going to come down the direction that it has come today. Now, I started out being a security guard. When I dropped out of the 9th grade, my uncle actually ran security for Johns Hopkins Hospital. And one of the jobs the only job actually that I was able to get because of my age, which was 17 at the time, 16, 17 years old. And I basically had to take this job and I got fired. I mean, I remember working here at the hospital one night going to sleep, and then the boss, or you should have said the owner who actually ran the hospital came in and he said, okay, what's this guy doing sleeping on the bridge? Because that's where I was at. I was actually sleeping on the bridge of the hospital. And when I woke up, I was fired. Next thing you know, I got another job in security, got fired from that one. Got a third job in security, got fired for that one. And then it just continued as if I didn't know what was going to happen because I had a situation where all I had was a 9th grade education. And when you have a 9th grade education, it's not like you have a lot of choices. So what I had to do or figure out was, okay, I got to get into a different scenario. I got to get into a different direction. So I got out of security. And while I was at home one late night, I read something in the newspaper. It talked about how you could be your own boss.
You sure you're not hungry?
I think we got
Sal.
Excuse
wanna
us,
mute?
Charlie.
It's not gonna.
Hey, Sal, you want to mute?
No, he has it definitely. Yes.
I can't mute.
I'm going through it right now, clicking on
Hey,
mute.
Sal, yeah, that's
You
Hashim.
can?
name is Sal.
Salim?
Yes.
Could you mute?
Hi.
Hi. I have been trying to get my picture on and it's not coming up.
Okay, can you hit mute?
Can you mute your audio?
Yeah, I hear the audio. I don't have a problem. It's just the
No,
picture. does
we
not
hear
come up.
you talking.
Yeah. We're here. You're talking with your wife.
I just mute him.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, no problem at all. No problem at all. Now, as I was saying that, I read in the newspaper one late night about how you could be your own boss by doing this particular job. And then lo and behold, I went out for an interview and the job was being a actual Kirby vacuum clean salesman. So I was that guy that would drive around in West Baltimore in the dead of winter, trying to sell a $1,400 vacuum cleaner. And I always tell people, if you can sell a $1,400 vacuum cleaner, you can do anything. And I didn't sell that one damn one. But I tell people, key thing to being and getting out there like that was it gave me my first lesson in life, which was that if you can be comfortable being uncomfortable, you can do anything. And I got used to door knocking. I got used to cold calling. I got used to basically doing that grunt work that is what's popular right now. So it took me down a path of wanting to get more out of life. And then lo and behold, late night television. Carlton Sheets came out, and
Sorry.
he talked about how you could buy real estate with no money down. I said, check. I definitely didn't have any money. No credit. I checked that box. No experience. I checked that box. So I knew that was something that I wanted to really learn. Now, unfortunately, it took me 3 times to order his course before I actually even decided to learn it, decided to read what was going on in it. And when I did, it just opened up a flood of desire to learn more. I just had to understand this business. So the school system couldn't touch me. The school system couldn't keep me engaged. But when I started learning about real estate, it was like, man, the floodgates of education just poured out, and I wanted to learn everything. Unfortunately, I couldn't get all the information to do my first deal just from looking at those courses. So I found a mentor, and that mentor took me underneath of his wings. And I had 8 months with him. As a matter of fact, my salary working with my mentor was $50 a week plus lunch. And I had that salary for 8 months. And I called that the highest paying job I ever had, because after working with my mentor for 8 months, I became a full-time investor. My first year in the business, I made only $2,500. And you couldn't tell me anything. I mean, I actually knew that real estate worked, because a lot of people ain't going to understand that this business won't work until they start making money. And when I realized that it worked for me was when I made that first check.
What would you say that's equivalent to in today's world, that 2,500?
I'm not sure. It's not that. It was only 29 years ago. So
30
I
years.
doubt if inflation added that much to it now. But
Probably like 5.
yeah. So that's the key. That first check is what showed me that I could do this. Now, after 2 years in the business, I done 8 deals. I bought my dream car, which was a Mitsubishi 3000 GT. So I always had my eyes on that car. And after the 2 years in the business, I had 8 deals underneath my belt. After 4 years in the business, I was the largest minority owner of apartment buildings in downtown Baltimore. That was over 275 units, 35 buildings.
Nice.
It was called
Wait.
Mount Vernon Properties. And that was after 4 years being in the business. One of the things that really got me going was I need to learn more about marketing. So back then, that deal came from a wholesaler, actually from the newspaper, from a wholesaler. And the guy just said, hey, I got this opportunity. You guys want to buy it? The actual purchase price was $4.5 million. We put $500,000 down. I was in the property for about 2.5 years. I sold my interest in it. And then I actually took a year off. And I was living like you would not believe. And at that point in time, I had to make an adjustment, because what caused me to take a year off was I had a heart attack.
Yeah.
So, it was devastating. I was 29 years old. And because of all the stress that I put on myself with all these units, my partner and I, we was rehabbing each and every one of these buildings. At that point in time, my role in the company was acquisitions. I was in charge of structuring the deals and working with the crews, making sure the crews did everything on time and handling all the aspects of the properties. And my partner handled all the actual financials and all that stuff. And the stress of that made me have a heart attack. And that's the reason why I sold my interest in Mount Vernon Properties and took a year off. Now, when I came back to Mount Vernon Properties, I started my company, Chucky Buy Lucky Houses. And that's the company that my wife and I run right now to today. I've currently been in the business now for 30 years. I have 3 main companies that I'm dealing with right now that we own. Page One Success is my marketing company. After being in the business for about 7 years, I decided that I had to really gear down and really understand marketing. So I went out my way to really learn how to do marketing.
I'll do it again. No problem.
That's the whole process that really got me to where I am right now, is being able to really understand the concepts that marketing can really give you as an investor. I'm that person that believes that you're not a real estate investor. You're a marketer. And the minute you embrace that, the minute your whole business model will change. So always embrace that fact that you are a marketer first and you're a real estate investor second. Another business that we have is Real Deal Meetup. We have the second largest meetup in the nation. We have over close to 10,000 members right now. Before COVID-19, at our meetings, we would have upwards to 250, 300 people at our meetings. And my other love, my main love is my real estate business, which is Chucky Buy Lucky Houses, Chucky Buy Yucky Houses. I have several brand names behind the Chucky brand label. On average, this is what my team look like. We're doing anywhere from wholesaling, rehabbing, tenant placement, guaranteed rent. We also do website design through my actual marketing company, SEO, SEM, consulting. I do a little bit of speaking now. I don't do as much speaking as I used to do. I'm also, like I said, I run the meetup group. In regards to the members of our team, I have about 385 house hunters in 6 different markets that we're in. We have 1 project manager, VA, a website developer, 4 website developers actually, a graphic designer, classified ad poster that does nothing but post out ads for us on the different social sites. Software developers, we have 2. Some of the software that I use is software that we develop with my developers. 2 real estate agents, 1 CPA, 1 attorney, 3 primary title companies that we use in the Maryland, DC, Virginia region, 2 general contractors we use in Maryland, DC, and Virginia, and numerous handymans. My VAs that I work with are the United States, the Philippines, India, Canada, and Germany. We're currently in 6 markets: Baltimore, Maryland, Washington, DC, Houston, Ohio. We're also in Tampa and also Virginia as well. Far as our client list, I have about 19 consulting clients, 15 web design clients. We got some Podio clients as well, and some SEO clients as well.
So you have nothing to do.
We have a lot of stuff. Actually, my wife and I have an awful lot of stuff to do.
That's crazy, all those. It's exciting.
In the last 3 months, this is the breakdown of the deals that we've done. We usually average somewhere between 10 and 12 deals a month in our real estate business. Like I said, these are the markets that we're currently in, doing wholesaling and also rehabbing and so on. One of my specialty is owner structured finance deals, creative structured finance deals. These are some of the individuals that have hired me to consult for their businesses. Dan Merle, team Trusted Home Buys, DMV, Alan Calgill. A lot of speakers hire my company to help them with marketing campaigns. And that's where, like I said, that's where part of the whole math. I've published a total of 4 books. And the wild part about it is that 3 of these 4 books is on marketing and one of them is on real estate. So that's why I say I'm a marketer first, because that's the key to being successful in this business. If you know marketing, you can take marketing anywhere around the country and do deals. So that's pretty much my story. Every time I'm looking at this business, the first thing I notice is change. There's going to always be opportunity. Every aspect of my business revolves around being on top of what's happening in the here and now. But most importantly, knowing where my business is at when it comes to the numbers, the KPI. So let's go further into what I mean. I don't call myself a real estate investor. Even though I talk about being a marketer, I call myself a transaction engineer. And one of my mentors taught me that phrase, a guy by the name of Jack Miller, out of Florida.
Yep.
I've been with Jack before he passed away. I would go to his seminars every year, at least 2 times. Him and Peter Fortunato, John Schwab, Jimmy Napier. Those are the individuals that I have to credit that put me into the mindset of transaction engineering, being able to take any kind of deal and know ways in which you can make money out of it. And that's the key to being a transaction engineer. It's not mastering everything. It's mastering your main core business, but knowing where to take those other revenue sources and generate income from them. Now, one of the early things that I was taught from my mentor is that you gotta have structure. And I know from the beginning investors to investors that have been in the business for years, they have no idea what their day looks like. This is just a sample of how a day would look for a real estate investor. So one of the free tools that you can use is Google Calendar. You have to be able to mark your day down based on what's going on in your life. And that time you put aside for your business is the time that you have to do your business. So the first rudimentary thing I would say is definitely know what you're doing every hour, every minute, every week in your business. Have structure behind that business. If you don't know the motivation, you won't be able to get the deal. Every deal, in my opinion, revolves around motivation. And there's different levels of motivation. And remember, guys, if you have questions, put them in the actual comment box. We'll get to the questions. And I promise you, I got some bonuses for each and every person who asks a question through this presentation. I'm going to give you my SOP Black Book. It's a book that I wrote. It's an actual standard operating procedure that we use in my real estate business. This is what it looks like. I'm going to give you the digital version of it. It has the breakdown of all the a lot of the marketing strategies that we do, including the actual videos of how to do these marketing strategies. It has the actual verbiage, screenshots of how to do the marketing strategies and so on. You're going to get the digital version of my SOP Black Book for anybody and all of you guys who ask questions throughout this presentation. Now, for example, I talk about knowing who the motivation of your sellers. Each and every person that you're going to go after, I don't like to use the word target, each and every opportunity that you're going to go after, they have a motivation, they have an avatar behind them. For example, Brenda is between the age of 34 and 47.
Hey, Lisa, can you mute yourself, please?
Charles, yeah, give us a second. Can everybody just double check that they are on mute? It's very distracting.
Yeah.
Charles, you can mute everybody, I think, because you're the host right now. So if you can mute everybody, that would be probably the best. We're getting a lot of noise in the background.
Yep. Let's see.
I know you like it, it's interactive, but just not yet.
I think it's under participants or.
Yep, I got it.
There.
Done. Okay, can you hear me? Now you guys can't respond.
Well, they can respond through the chat. So
yes,
okay.
I'll put them on the chat, on Facebook, on Watch Party, any one of them.
The good part of you, Scott, and you guys can hear me. That's the key. So
yes.
If you can hear me, I know they can hear me.
Yep.
So, like I was saying, have an avatar for the different individuals that you're going after in your business. This is one of the avatars we have in our business. Brenda is between the age of 34 and 47. She lives out of state. Father or mother recently passed away 90 days ago. Now she's dealing with the issues of her family estate. That type of avatar, we're going to go after when it comes to probate deals. So that's the avatar that we're looking for when we're targeting different probate opportunities. We're looking for that type of avatar. Another avatar that we deal with in our business. Michael is between the age of 29 and 52. He lives out of state, Washington, D.C., Virginia, Philadelphia. He's a new landlord and he owns less than 2 rentals. He filed for eviction, or he has evicted his problem tenant in Baltimore, and now his property has been sitting vacant for the last 3 months. And if that wasn't enough, his wife told him, I told you not to get involved in real estate. So that avatar that we're going after is a burned out landlord, a new burned out landlord. So each avatar gives us an opportunity to find that motivated seller. And that's what we look at in our business. We look at the avatar, the ideal situation that will convince that person at that time to say, yes, I need to get out of this problem. Because you're not buying deals. Get out of the mindset of I'm buying deals, I'm buying properties. You're not buying anything. You're solving problems. That's what your mindset should be anytime you're talking to a seller. Find out exactly what that problem is and how you can solve it. Then you will start closing more deals. You're not buying deals or buying properties.
Right. Keep that in mind.
Right, solving
That's-
problems.
Now, here's some of the key actual marketing strategies that we do. Probate to personal representative, bankruptcy, relief of stay filings by creditors, absentee owners, 3 to 4 levels deep, owner occupied, 3 to 4 levels deep, driving for dollars, door knocking. Prior to COVID, now we do virtual driving for dollars. We also do some driving for dollars out the door knocking. Vacant property lists, 3 to 4 levels deep. Notice of default, 30, 60, 90 days late pre-foreclosure, and code enforcement violation. Every 3 months, we reevaluate everything that we've done, all the leads that come into our system. We reevaluate and see exactly what marketing strategies are producing the most and what marketing strategies we need to cut back on. That's every 3 months. So you should have at least a bird's eye view of exactly what your KPI is for your entire business on a 3-month interval.
So you're doing every 90 days, you revisit what
No,
you're doing and how it's
30
working.
days and every 30
Exactly.
days.
Yeah.
So,
Exactly.
yeah.
This is what my business looked like. And if you say, give me a graph, and look at all these different marketing sources that we have where we grab our leads from. We get them from online marketing. We get them from offline marketing. We get them from outbound cold calling, and we get them from lead capture page websites. Everything in our business drives directly through Podio, which is the contact relationship management system that we use to manage all our businesses in the 6 different markets that we're investing in. And we use other tools along with that goes directly into that Podio system. We use Mojo Dialer, and we also use CallRail. All of that ties into the Podio system. And this is our basic process. It goes from a seller lead to doing due diligence to making the offer. Then you have two different paths from that point. You can go straight down to the process of visiting the property, offer accepted, and then basically take the property to title. Or if the person isn't ready to sell, offer is rejected, and you put them in a never-ending follow-up campaign. So those are the actual market paths that we have for our business. This is what a 12-month follow-up campaign looks like. And like I said, I'll be able to make sure that each and every one of you guys get a copy of these slides, because I know it's kind of hard for you to see in the screen right now, but I will make sure you get a copy of the slides by sending them over to Scott after the actual presentation. I'll give him the link where you have an actual PDF version of the slide.
That's great.
Awesome. See, I told you I liked him. Very helpful.
Okay, let's go in.
Did you want to
I'm going-
answer questions along the way, or?
Yes, I'm going through the questions right now. I got a couple of questions. Can you see the questions too?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys cover the questions.
All right. So I have one here from Lisa. Says, how do you go about finding pre-foreclosures and probates, et cetera?
Right now, our key tool that we're using for pre-foreclosure is a tool called PropStream. That's what we use for pre-foreclosures. For what we're doing for probate, we're doing actual pulling from the courthouses. In Maryland, we have a couple of courthouses that you can actually get the actual probate information from, and I have a VA that's actually pulling that information from the courthouse.
Right.
So online, so they don't have to go down to the courthouse?
Yes and no.
I like that answer.
Here's what I mean by that. Depending on the county that you're in, you're going to have to go down to the courthouse.
Okay.
Otherwise, you can get most of the information online.
Okay.
Next question.
How do you target probate tastefully?
We go after probate by way of the naming of the personal representative. In most areas, most jurisdiction, that happens about 90 days after the case opens. So I won't go after somebody in probate until 90 days of an open case. So we'll go 90 days of an open case all the way out until 18 months of an open case. That's our criteria. I understand where the person is coming from. They're talking about a situation where a relative or a person has just recently passed away. I don't like dealing in that situation either. So that's why I don't go after them until at least 90 days of ownership by way of personal representative.
Let me ask you something with that, with the probate, like when you approach them, because sometimes people weren't happy with the person that passed away. So is there, do you approach it like, sorry for your loss? You just approach it as a standard marketing campaign of, hey, we know you have a property that you might want to get rid of.
Great question, Scott. I start off with, first of all, I want to give my respect and your condolences. That's how the actual conversation starts. And then we go over, then the next thing out of my mouth or my team mouth will be, is now a good time to talk to you about this property? Always ask, is now a good time to talk to that person about the house? Another thing we never do, we never call the property a house. We never call the house a property. We never call the home a home or a house a house. We call it the property.
Property, gotcha.
We never have them sign a contract. They sign paperwork. When we want to enforce it, it's a contract.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Next question.
Okay, what do you mean by 3 to 4 levels deep?
I love that question. For example, absentee owner, 1 level. In the targeted zip code, 2 level. High income to debt ratio, 3 levels. Equity in the property, 4 levels.
So you're looking by criteria.
Correct.
Okay, gotcha.
So we're going between 3 to 4 levels deep on every category or every strategy that we're going after when we're dealing with equity.
Okay. We have a question from Facebook here. If you had $1,000 to $1,500 a month on marketing, which route would you recommend?
I'm going to do one even better. I'm going to show you, because I have several slides that go over the marketing plan you should do based on a $100, $300, $500, $1,000 budget.
See,
Cool.
I told you I liked him.
Okay, best way to find a VA?
Best way to find a VA, we have 2 main sites that we go to. One of which is, it's on the tip of my tongue. One of which is Craigslist Philippines.
Okay.
That's one of the sites we go to. And, oh man, I have to get you that other site. It's a directory site that you could post your jobs in. It's not Upwork. A lot of you guys think about Upwork, you think about Fiverr. If we're talking about somebody that's going to be in our company for a long period of time, we got a site that you're able to, it's like a classified directory for Filipino workers, overseas workers. And we post on that site unlimited, and we get individuals from that site. I can't think of the name of it right now. I will definitely send it to you, Scott. Chances are it's going to come to me sometime during this presentation, and I'm going to shout it out, and you'll know what I'm talking about.
Cool. With the rise of digital marketing on platforms such as Facebook, Instagram, and Google, which platform do you focus on the most? How do you go about using these platforms to find motivated sellers?
2-part question. Second part first. I'm going to show you the platforms we do or that we love doing deals on. You cannot, you can't master every platform. So we have about 3 main platforms that we go after. YouTube, Facebook, those are our first 2 platforms that we go after. And we also do a lot of stuff on the different directory sites, such as Meetup, such as Craigslist, such as Zillow, and so on.
Okay. How much should you pay for an out-of-country VA?
Told you, put your glasses on.
Our country VA, we have VAs working for us from $3 an hour all the way up to $12 an hour.
Depends on what you have them do, right?
Exactly. I like to say a general VA who is not a skilled worker, you should be able to get between $3 to $5 an hour. Somebody with some heavy skills behind them, 2, 3, 5 years experience, look to pay between $7 to $15 an hour.
Right. The more experience, the higher the value.
Yes.
Yeah, cheap labor isn't skilled. Skilled labor isn't cheap.
Right. Can you repeat what site you use for pre-foreclosures?
Pre-foreclosures, we use PropStream. I'm going to actually go over that when we get to a slide. I
Right.
actually have a
Okay.
slide that covers all the resources and tools we use.
Somebody wants to know, how can I submit deals to you?
You can go to chuckypaysmore.com.
Chucky
That's
Page
my
for the-
actual lead capture funnel, chuckypaysmore.com.
I was gonna say, yeah, that's from Facebook, so we'll type it in.
Mhm.
While she's typing that in, as another marketing mind in the room, I have to ask this question. Do you find that the mail pieces generate more ROI than cold calls and email marketing, or vice versa?
Well, I'm a definite believer in direct mail. You will never get me to stop doing direct mail. What I have noticed over the last 4 months, we've had a decrease in our response rate with direct mail, but it's still performing. As a matter of fact, it started performing more this month. But yes, I love direct mail. I like a 1, 2, 3 punch, and I'm gonna show you exactly what that is. Direct mail is definitely a part of that 1, 2, 3 punch on every campaign that we do.
Okay. 2 more questions here. How do you get, well,
It jumped on him.
jumped. How do you get the 30, 60, 90 days late?
I have a company that we work with, an actual list company, and we deal with them when it comes to ordering that list. My lead, I think my agent name is Christine, and she handles all the actual, what we call boutique style lists that we go after. Now, how did I come up with her? There's a bunch of directory sites out there that you guys could really find all kinds of list sources from. And that's how we came from her. We basically went out, did some searches on Google, and we came across her company. And that's how I've been working with her on the different boutique style lists. Now, we use, like I said, we use PropStream for probably about 75% of our list generation. The other 25% is either courthouse records and or my actual list broker.
Okay. How long have you been using Podio? Are there any other products you have tried?
Oh, I've been using Podio now for about 5 years, maybe 6. I started talking about Podio to our industry about 6 years ago. If you go to my YouTube channel, you'll see videos that I talked about how great Podio was before it was in style. So when I show you my integration of Podio, because I have an actual developer that I work with on a regular basis when I come up with different ideas of how I want the automation to work in my Podio. But when I show you how and what we can do in my Podio, I will never change from using Podio. There's some other systems out there. There's a system called Accenture. I know people use that, but like I said, from my experience and my knowledge in marketing and from my industry, I don't think there's any CRM out there that has the capability to flex with what you want it to do like Podio.
Okay. And last question right now is any postcard wording that works best? Any samples?
I can give you some samples. As a matter of fact, I'll show you the actual tool that we use where the postcards are pretty much already designed. I'm just adding my little cadence that I have, the verbiage that I would put into actual postcard. But for the most part, it's a template type postcard. I just have a couple of verbiages that I would put in that postcard, and I'll be happy to share it with you guys.
All right, cool.
Awesome.
I think that's it for right now. So we can proceed with your slideshow and what you were going to go on to next.
Little distracted there for a minute.
No problem, no
Well,
problem.
there's a lot of questions.
The most important aspect of my business is the funnels. Every process in my business revolve around a funnel. And this is just one simple funnel. It's an offline funnel that takes it to a phone call, that takes it to a conversion. The conversion could be anything from setting up appointment, going to a closing, and so on. So that's how my actual business is run. Every aspect of our business have a process, and generally there's a funnel behind that process. For example, when it comes to deals and leads, chuckypaysmore.com. This is the funnel for that process. We send a person to this actual website. This person who we're going after is either a wholesaler or a bird dogger or house hunter. We call house hunters just like what you would call a bird dogger. So what we do is my team actually posts these links to this site all over the internet. We put them in emails. We have them all over the place, Facebook ads and so on. And that's how we got all the different house hunters from all around the country. On the hot markets, we use this system as a way to generate deals, especially in the Washington, D.C., PG County area, where it's not uncommon to get a $60,000, $70,000, $80,000 wholesale fee on a deal. So in that market, it's saturated. So my philosophy behind saturated markets is to use other people marketing. And that's what this does. Individuals who see this post, we let them know how we're actually paying $60,000, $25,000, $40,000, $15,000 wholesale fees. Send us your deal. Any rehab properties we're looking for, we'll buy it from you. We'll pay you top dollar. And then we also have house hunters who are just bird doggers who are out there finding opportunity for us. So when they come to this website, they click on that, Chucky, give me more, give me my top dollar. Once they click on it, it takes them to a form. They fill in the information on that form. Once they click the button to submit, my lead agent gets that actual lead hit, and then my lead agent contacts that person and puts that person through the process of determining whether or not that's a good deal, or we go through a skip tracing if it's a bird dog and determine not if we close that deal or not. That's how I deal with funnels in our business, and that's just one of the many funnels that we have.
Cool.
You have to understand that a conversion is based off of traffic. You have cold traffic, you have warm traffic, you have hot traffic. Cold traffic consists of people who have never heard of you. Cold traffic will be the most expensive traffic you can buy. If you're cold calling, if you're out there doing door knocking, if you're out there doing basically generating leads that you have no background of level deep to those leads, that's considered a cold marketing strategy. And it could be the most expensive strategy to convert, because it's going to definitely require more than just one touch, which means time equals money. Next, you have warm traffic. Warm traffic consists of people who already know about you, but they haven't yet spent that dollar. That's what we're looking for. We're looking to convert that cold traffic to warm traffic. And we use things such as freemiums to give that person knowledge about our business, to let them know exactly who we are, let them know how they can work with us. Every person who has a house to sell or is thinking about a house to sell, they get my Mad Scientist Credibility Kit. It's a 12-page document that we give to every person underneath of those circumstances. And it tells them all about my company, Chucky Buy Lucky Houses, why they want to work with us, why they want to work with me and my wife during deals, our family, the actual testimonials. They'll get pictures of deals with rehabs we closed, and so on and so on. Every person get that, which basically makes us stand out from the average Joe Smo wholesaler rehabber, because very few people know or understand the power of giving people something in their hand that physically breaks down your actual brand to them. Most people will send a letter, they'll send a postcard, they'll send a text, they'll send an email. Most of that is never sold. But you give somebody a 12-page document that breaks down the company that you hope they want to do business with, now you got something powerful.
Yeah.
That's been one of the most powerful pieces that we've incorporated in our business, is our credibility kit.
That's great.
Hot traffic, people who have done business with you or people who are in the process of doing business with you. They purchased something and now they're ready to do more. That's the best traffic in the world. So it's up to you as that investor, as that transaction engineer, to basically dig deep and take that cold traffic and make it hot traffic. And the only way you can do that is by multiple consistency of your campaigns. And we're gonna go further into that process. Here's the sad truth. 49% of all real estate investors never follow up. The old classic marketing pathway is that the money is in the follow-up. So 49% of real estate investors never follow up. 27% of them will call. I'm sorry, go ahead.
He's just sort of looking at me, the follow-up thing.
Yes.
No, it's a fact though that, follow-up is the key and most people don't do it.
Exactly.
We're guilty.
27% will call a second time, then stop. I like to call, I say a call, but it's a touch. In my mind, a call doesn't necessarily physically mean a call. It means a touch. 13% will do 3 touches, and only 10% will do more than 3 touches.
So with these touches, what is your procedure in your company? Like, do you do mailings? When you do mailings, do you do them 2 or 3 times, then send emails, or how do you do your follow-ups?
Great question, Grasshopper. I'm going to actually break down and show you that on slides that I have coming up.
Okay.
Now, only 3% of deals are made on the first touch. That means 97% of the deals that you're going to get, you're not going to be able to close because only 3% of them happens on the first touch. 5% deals will happen on the second contact. 8% will happen on the third contact. 12% will happen on the fourth. 82% of your actual closings, 82% of your actual deals will happen on the 5th touch or more. That's a fact. So the question you have to ask yourself is, what am I doing to bring a consistency in my business where I can fester multiple touches? Because that's the key. Here's an example of that. This is a 30-day multi-touch campaign that we did. And this is only 3 days old. The actual numbers, this was a probate list that we did it to. We sent out only 128. This was the actual campaign. We have a 74% response rate, 57.8% reply. Think about that. 74% replied, 57.81% responded. We got 3 appointments out of that.
That's good. That's awesome.
And that's only 128 in the entire list. This was just 3 days ago. I'm going to show you the tools that we use to do this and how that process works. Forget the mistakes. Remember the lessons. When I decided to get out of commercial, I knew that the mistake that I was making and the lesson that I learned was you can't burn the candle at both ends. Something's going to give. So that's why I jumped back, took a year off, and came back in. And now predominantly we've been doing residential, a few multifamilies here and there, but mainly residential in the 6 markets that we're investing in. One of the best sources that we use for lead generation is something called Facebook lead ads. And the power of this is unbelievable because Facebook actually, I think Facebook should be going to jail, to be honest with you, if you ask me. What they will do for you, the advertiser, for you, the investor, the seller, the marketer, is unbelievable when it comes to Facebook lead ads. Think in terms of being able to create an ad. And when that person clicks on that ad, I'm just saying, click on that button of that ad. You know that button that goes learn more?
Right.
When that person clicks on that learn more button, Facebook automatically pulls out their telephone number, email address, puts it in an actual Excel spreadsheet, and send it to you. That's the power of a Facebook lead ad. So whatever telephone of record that person has inside of Facebook, Facebook gives that to you. Whatever email of record they have, Facebook gives that to you. Their name in Facebook, Facebook gives that to you. Just from them clicking. I didn't say they filled in a form. All they did was click on the button and it automatically populates the form and sends it to you. That's one of the most powerful strategies that we're doing with Facebook. This is how the process works. You go into the ad section of Facebook, create an ad. Once you create an ad, you come right over here where it says choose a campaign, you choose lead generation. Once you choose lead generation, you have the opportunity to select your actual lead form, which is here on 2, and then on 3, you give your lead form a name. Once you give it a name, You go to step 4 and you break down exactly what information you want to capture. Generally, we want to capture the first name, last name, telephone number, and email address. You can even ask the person questions if you chose to. Then actually you have to basically put in the actual privacy policy of your web page. You can also send them to the actual link of your website. This is where you actually build the actual form with the actual fields you're using, and it actually puts it in an Excel spreadsheet, and it puts it right on the back of your page in Facebook. And this is actually one that we created that we used to sell a house that was in Washington, D.C. The property was over $680-something thousand. We had a total of 104 leads. It reached out to 15,964 people at a cost of $2.89 a lead. We spent a total of $341 to sell a $600,000 house, all from a Facebook lead ad. Now, another great tool that we love is video. I love working with video. A lot of leads come from us by way of video. That's my YouTube channel right there. It's called The Mad Scientist. And I have over, I think, 500 videos my wife and I have on YouTube. Over 10,000 subscribers. On average, we have something like 10,000 views every month on our webpage, our YouTube channel page. So YouTube video and video optimization is another strong key in my business. And if you go further down these slides, the key here is if you want to do something on YouTube, you have to be prepared to lose it. When using YouTube, if you can't lose it, don't use it. Because depending on what you're putting out there, anyone can take that item, take from it, and or post it somewhere and use it. So if you can't lose it, don't use it. Focus on not becoming a star, but you want to focus on generating leads and your brand recognition. That's the key. Not about being a star. It's not about going viral. It's focused on the lead generation that you can achieve on the platform. We're going to take the eyes from YouTube to your money site, your landing pages, your sales page, your website. That's the goal. I want to give them that knowledge. Let them know I am the person to work with. I am the mad scientist. You want to learn from me. You want to sell me your property. You want to work with my company. And here's where you can go to work with my company. When it comes to optimization, we've worked with a lot of different industries. The average video on YouTube, based on a conversion from a customer, should be no more than 5 minutes long. If you're trying to teach something, that's the exception. But if you're trying to get a quick conversion to go somewhere, to put yourself out there, it's all about quick hits and chunk. That video should be no more than 5 minutes long. 70% of your viewers will only be around for 30 seconds unless that video has caught their attention immediately. 50% of your viewers will remain for 60 seconds, and only 25% will remain after 2 minutes. The key here is quality. That's the key.
Yeah, the longer the video, the less people stay on.
Right, but
Interest.
there are exceptions to that. If you've already trained your audience for teaching style videos, seminars, workshops, and that kind of stuff.
Gotcha. Somebody had a question. How does someone new with not a lot of history or website get a Facebook lead ad to work?
Well, the key to a Facebook lead ad is just like any other marketing piece. It's called message to market match. So in marketing, we use a simple formula: problem, aggravate, solution. So think in terms of your copy. Emphasize a problem, aggravate that problem, and make yourself as the solution. That's how your actual marketing piece should be read to that person. I identify with the problem. Oh, now he's actually twisting that knife in my back with that problem. Oh, he's the solution to the problem. That's how we write our copy for our marketing pieces on every platform when it comes to a conversion mechanism that we're trying to make. Problem, aggravate, solution. Now, when optimizing your YouTube channel, optimizing your videos, you want to use keywords in your videos at least 2 to 3 times. Now, what do I mean when I say use keywords in your videos? Believe it or not, YouTube, which is owned by Google, is able, based on their algorithm, to count the amount of time you use your keywords in your audio. Based on that knowledge, it helps boost your ranking. So you should say your keywords in your video at least 2 to 3 times. Do not use the exact same video content in the same channel. What I mean by that, don't copy 5 of the same videos. Don't upload 5 videos into one channel. You're not going to be able to do it for one thing. Not to mention you'll get hit with what they call a duplicate content strike. The key is original quality content. That's the key. Talk about the benefits for the viewer and not just the features. I want to buy your house. That's a feature. The benefit, 7 days or less. So it's not about the feature. It's about the benefit of why that seller, that renter, that landlord wants to work with me. Always bring a benefit with a feature. Figure out the back end strategy. If you want people to give you something, you have to give them something. The more you give them, the more they feel obligated that they owe you. Doing deals isn't about the deal. It's about the rapport you build to get the deal. So keep that in mind. Give them an incentive in order to do something. That incentive could be a bonus, a strategy, incentive, white paper. It could be SOP black book. It could be a cheat sheet. Anything that you can find of value that would make that person want to get the outcome, that the action that you want to receive from that person. Optimizing videos. These are videos that we've optimized for other clients of ours. Maryland Luxury Home Expert. This video has been on YouTube first page for over 7 years. We haven't touched this video in 7 years. And it's still ranking on the first page of YouTube for the keywords. This one is a junk removal company in Virginia. Same scenario as the last one. This is my YouTube channel and YouTube videos. The key to these videos is what? I want you guys to tell me, what do you think the key to these videos are? Any answers out there, Scott?
The thumbnail.
I gave you the secret.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think you popped it up there.
That's cheating.
Yes, it's a combination of 3 things. It's the thumbnail, it's the actual description, and it's the actual title. But yes, the thumbnail probably plays the most important part because we are visual people. We have an attention span of an ant. So we have to get that person to make that conversion as quickly as possible. And by way of videos, it's your thumbnail. That's the key.
So would you say you're using videos more now in your marketing than you did before?
Absolutely. Everything that we put out, we have a video, some type of video content to go with it. So the answer to that is yes. As a matter of fact, it's predicted that 85% of the internet will be consuming video in the next 3 years. That's 85% of the internet will be consuming videos.
Yeah, that's huge.
There's
Now-
a lot of it, especially
When
now
it
with the COVID-19.
I know.
Everybody's doing them.
When it comes to your videos and your thumbnails, key factors to getting that click is to use 1 or 2 faces. Limit your text and use dominant colors. If you notice, what do you see here? Dominant colors, face, image, the key to getting that click. The 3 eyes, remember this, and this is what should be actually the main capturing part of your actual thumbnail. The 3 E's are eyes, emotion, and excitement. That's your thumbnail. The eyes come from the images, the people that's in your videos. The emotion comes from the text, the colors, and the excitement is the way you actually bring it all together, the message that you want people to understand. Show results. If you can, when making content with the end result is to show people that you are the person to work with and that you have the results to prove it. That's the key. Show results. Here are some of the campaign thumbnails that we've done. Free money for real estate investors. The best quarantine marketing strategy. The dirty secret gurus don't want you to know. And invisible deals. They've been pretty much the highest performing videos in the last 3 months. No, actually last 30 days, not 3 months. These 4 video thumbnails. The key to success is simple. Action plus offers equal profit. It's that simple. If your action does not result in an offer, then you have to re-examine that action to see if you should be eliminating it or should be having someone else do it altogether. Action plus offers equal profit. Someone asked earlier, what is marketing strategy, marketing budgets? This is an actual $100 marketing plan. If your budget is between $0 to $100, driving for dollars 3 times a week, 2 hours a day equals 30 hours times 4. 120 houses a month. That's your goal for driving for dollars. Identifying at least 120 houses a month, 30 houses a week times 4. Directory scraping, 5 times at 3 hours a day, 25 a day cold call, and times 500 sellers. Basically, you're going to directory sites like Craigslist, like Zillow, like ForSaleByOwner.com, ForRentByOwner.com, and you're cold calling leads from those sites. Neighborhood house hacking, 2 times a week, 2 hours a day, 25 business cards a day, times 4. That's basically going through neighborhoods and handing out your credibility kit, handing out your actual information about your business to store owners, to individuals that you're working with, to individuals that you want to do business with, getting yourself out there in the community. You should know everything that is moving in your targeted zip codes. You should know the valuation. There's not a city, that's not an actual zip code in Baltimore that you can't give me. You give me an address and a zip code, I can tell you what the comps are for that area. Based on my knowledge, being in this market for 30 years, and also studying what valuation is in my targeted zip codes.
It's knowing your market is the key.
Exactly.
Now, how about once you don't know, what do you do? How would you start?
Well, there's ways in which you can use technology. For example, you can use ListSource or Realtor to identify exactly what are the zip codes where investors are buying at and what are the zip codes where first-time homeowners are buying at. And then you basically cross-check those zip codes. Now you have a list of zip codes based on being in the 2 targeted. You have a list of zip codes that you should be marketing in.
Great way to start.
$500 marketing budget, virtual bandit signs once a week, probate listings, skip tracing, strategic network, driving for dollars, directory scraping, neighborhood hacking, also meet and greet. This is a whole marketing plan that only requires $500 a month. You should be able to generate between 15 leads on that marketing plan. It should talk to you about 25 to 30 hours per week to execute that marketing plan.
What skip tracing tool do you guys use?
For this marketing plan, the skip tracing tool I would use would be Mojo Sells. For this
Mojo
one.
Sells.
Yeah, we have another one for our business, but I'm talking about based on this marketing plan, Mojo Sells, because of the limited budget amount.
We got a question. Who are you meeting in the meet and greet?
The meet and greet was basically by way of when you're doing virtual meet and greets is reaching out on Facebook groups, reaching out on the different meetup groups, reaching out on bulletin boards. Physical meet and greets prior to COVID was going to RIA meetings. It was going to actual meetup meetings and so on.
Okay.
A $1,000 a month marketing plan. Different list tools that we're using, absentee owner. We're doing wholesaling, house hunter system, the system that I showed you, where you have a lead page, that system can be created. We also use distressed landlords, probate marketing. We skip trace 1,800 leads a month. We use Stratic Network in that system for actual ringless voice message. Of course, driving for dollars. Once again, directory scraping. Once again, neighborhood virtual hood hacking, and also meet and greet. So $1,000 a month, 30 to 40 leads a month. And these are the different tools that you can use to accomplish that $1,000 a month. And of course, I'm going to give you guys these slides to show you these tools. I'm going to also show you the actual tools and resources that we're using in our business. Now, any new questions?
Where do you get a credibility packs?
Well,
You have to create
we
it.
created our credibility kit, and because your hosts have been so wonderful to the mad scientists, I will send you guys an actual link where you can get a copy of our credibility kit and you can see what it looks like.
Cool.
Hey, I'm starting to love this guy. We've gone from liking.
We have another question. Do you remember about the VA site now?
And they laugh.
Now you got me thinking about it again. No, I don't. Not right. It's not coming to my head right now.
Okay.
Still at
I
the tip
will.
of your tongue.
Yes.
When he goes in the shower tomorrow.
Onlinejobs.ph. That's it.
What is it?
Onlinejobs.ph.
Online jobs.
.ph.
.ph.
PH. Huh, never heard of that one.
You see how it works? You see how my mind works?
Yeah. Is this plan only direct toward real estate investors and wholesale, or can this translate into multiple industries?
This plan right here is for real estate investors, but there's no doubt in my mind that you could mold it for your industry because of a lot of the tools. Let me put it like, I'm not gonna say a lot. Some of the tools you can work in multiple industries, like RVMs, skip tracing. You can do that for multiple industries. But other tools like PropStream is real estate related. So
Right.
It would only work with real estate. But there are some of these tools in this system that you could translate to other industries.
Okay, we have another one from the watch party. Who do you use to print it?
To
The credibility pack?
Yeah.
Well, the credibility kit is nothing more than 12 pages. So that's all it is. It's basically, think of a Word document or a PDF that you printed out that's 12 pages long. That's all.
Okay. That's not too bad.
So you can do staples, or you can do your own home office, or if you have an office.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I don't see any more questions here right now.
Okay, let's
Yeah,
move on.
along the way.
Yes,
Yes.
we're getting them answered. That's what I told everybody too. Make sure you ask the questions. That's
Okay,
what-
we're coming down to the finish line. Tools that we use, or tools that you should be using as well. CallRail. This is a tool that you should be using for tracking and understanding your ROI. It has a lot of great features. I think the basic plan that you should be using is $39 a month. I use another system. That's why I'm saying you guys, but it's $39 a month. We started out with CallRail. A lot of the clients that we work with, we have them use CallRail as far as consulting wise, but it's a great tool for tracking. It's a great tool for responding with text messaging with your individuals who are going to respond to you. So I love CallRail as a tool that you guys should be using for tracking and so on. The automated REI. I talked about Craigslist scraping. I talked about Zillow scraping. This is an actual website that will actually do the scraping on these sites for you and get you the telephone numbers for the scrapes on Craigslist, on Zillow, at a cost of 3 cents for Craigslist and 2 cents for Zillow. So think about it. You can scrape the whole directory in Craigslist for 2, 3, 4 days, and it will scrape all the telephone numbers, post information, addresses, and so on. And you can basically start cold calling those individuals or doing marketing towards those individuals with their telephone numbers and so on.
Cool. That's
That's
good.
called the automated REI.
The automated REI.
Next tool, PropStream. I can't say enough about PropStream. We've gotten a ton of leads, a ton of deals closed with PropStream. I love it so much, I became an affiliate of it. So if you plan on using it, that's my link right there, 7-day free trial, and it's a beast. You can pull comps. You can pull up to 10,000 leads per month. You can do skip tracing inside of it if you chose to. You could do rehab evaluation inside of it. It's just one of the most powerful systems out there when it comes to getting records, getting data without having the real estate license behind it.
So this is
A combo, it
this is
sounds like.
well this tool, like you said, it pulls comps, right? It does property evaluation, right, for the ARV and the neighborhood, the market analysis, all of that, right?
I just touched on what it does.
Okay.
You have to check it out. Trust me when I say there's nothing out there with, in my opinion, that has all the features that this bad boy, this one also even have list stacking. So think about it. List stacking is a powerful strategy where you find individuals that's on multiple motivated seller lists. For example, they're on probate lists, but they're also on the foreclosure list, but they're also a vacant property. That's called list stacking. So now the high likelihood of closing that person is triple based on a person who's just on one list. So it has all of that built into this one system. The cost is $97 a month, but you got a free 7-day trial. Take it for free for a test drive. You don't like it, cut it off, but they give it to you for 7 days for free to take it for a test drive.
So as an affiliate of this, I'm just asking,
Sure.
do you yourself, or do you have a contact in the company that provides like a demo of how this tool works,
First
other
of
than
all,
the evaluation?
Yes. Absolutely. The gentleman that does that is a guy by the name of Burton. Burton is their actual tech guy that takes you through that process. Not to mention, they have great training videos. If you do a Google search on YouTube for PropStream, almost every investor out there is showing you what they like about PropStream. Also, inside of PropStream, they have about at least a couple of dozen videos that give you deep dive of of how PropStream works. And PropStream does probably daily or every 2 or 3 days. They do a webinar every 2 or 3 days to introduce people to the system and so on. So yes.
Okay, so it would be, my thing would be, I would have people contact you, and then you can show them how to get set up with this demo of how it works, and then make the
All they
determination.
have to do is go to that webpage, madpropertydeals.com.
Madpropertydeals.com.
Madpropertydeals.com. Okay, but I'm just, if anybody's not on here and they're interested in some tools, I will send them to that link as well.
Exactly.
So they can get a demo of it. Let's see, what's in this thing?
I want to go play on it.
Let's see where we're at. Which company you utilize to print letters and postcards?
That's my secret weapon. I'm going to show it to you. Actually, it must not be that much of a secret because I'm going to show it to you guys. Here's the thing about what you'll discover about me. I don't show anybody anything that I haven't used or still using. So if I show or recommend something, it's either because I'm using it or I have used it and it's still as powerful as it was when I was using it. And the only reason why I would move away from it is because, for example, the tool for CallRail, I have another system that I use to do what CallRail does. It's a lot more expensive, but I don't want to give you guys the expensive thing. I want to give you the stuff that you can use that's on a budget that you're able to actually do the exact same thing or close to what the other system I'm using can do.
Right. This is the lower level stuff to get people moving in the direction.
Exactly.
It works.
Exactly.
So,
But it works,
and you
yes.
get used to it. That's the other thing too. You get
Yeah,
used
on average,
to using the tool.
our marketing budget is somewhere between $8,000 and $10,000 a month. So
Right.
I got a lot of different things that we're doing in our business that is on a high. For example, one of the main things we use for skip tracing is something called IDI. IDI, you have to jump through hoops to get that system.
Yeah, I heard of that.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't tell people to go sign up for IDI because most people are not going to get qualified for it. You have to come, they do site visit, they have to check your application, they pull you, they do all kinds of stuff just so that you can get access to that system.
Yeah, that's for somebody that's more advanced that has a lot of budget money and they're doing a lot more deals. Is this tool to find pre-foreclosures, PropStream?
Yes.
Yes.
PropStream has about 10 different list source built into it. So pre-foreclosure, bankruptcy, divorce. You can even find liens, judgments, absentee owners, owner occupied. And remember, 10,000 leads per month. It allows you to pull for $97. So now think about this. You take that $97, that's all it costs per month. And then you spend $40 on Mojo skip tracing. So now you can skip trace all those 10,000 leads for a dollar cost of $147, $140. The $97 a month for PropStream and the $40 a month for Mojo skip tracing. That's it. Mojo skip tracing allows you to do unlimited skip tracing.
Okay. So, yeah, if you need more than that, then you must be pretty big. That's my thing. That's a lot of work to do right there.
Exactly.
For somebody starting out or somebody that, even if you're a little more advanced than starting out, this is the tools that you're giving us are more than adequate to produce what we need done.
Exactly.
How many leads can you get during the 7-day trial?
Great question. Man, I've had my system for about a year and a half now. I don't remember. I don't know if there's a limit on the 7-day trial leads or not. You may be able to find it on the website. I don't know. I wish I knew the answer to that question.
Or go to madpropertydeals.com for more information.
Yeah, that's what I meant, on the website. That's what I meant.
Yeah. I just keep putting it out there.
Thank you, Scott.
Okay. Any other questions?
No,
Okay.
no other questions, but you have now reached all the way to Alaska, just letting you know, Charles.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Too cold for me. I want to go to the Caribbean.
We have the cousins. There's cousins up there watching.
Take me to Barbados. Let me know when we got Barbados on the line. Well, welcome, Alaska. Now, someone asked about my postcard system.
Yes.
This is the puppy right here. It's called Print Genie. Like I said, anything that I use, I try to become an affiliate of. And you see that handsome guy right there on the homepage? We've been using Print Genie now for about only 3 months. We've gotten 2 deals from it in 3 months. And the good part about this, in fact, let me see if I can show you. I'm going to take you to the website, madprintgenie.io. Let's see. Give me a second. I got to pull it up on my other screen. I got 3 monitors over here.
That's it?
So you'd have a whole wall full of them.
Or a big giant 70-inch screen TV. I know some people that have them huge monitors. They're like 30 inches big.
Okay, let's go to the sharing. New share. Let's go over to screen 1. And it should come up in a second. And because we're on Zoom, it takes a little bit long for a page to load. So hopefully
Yeah.
it'll load up.
It's a
In a
little
sec.
delay because you're going from the internet to Zoom.
Right.
To
So let me
me,
know when you see it.
it's doing something.
You see it?
5 ways to use Print Genie.
Yes. Okay.
Page.
Look at this. This is the key factor here with postcards. Print Genie has a built-in automated follow-up system inside of it. Look at this. Imagine being able to send out a postcard, a text, and an email in month 1, a postcard, a text, and an email in month 2, a letter, text, and email in month 3, a postcard, text, and email in month 4, a letter, text, and email in month 5, a postcard, text, and email in month 6 at a cost of $4.02.
So is that $4.02 is for the 6-month campaign?
Yes,
Wow.
I know.
Perfect. So, I mean,
Well, I'm just saying wow because
So
I mean
it's-
when we do the letters, it's like $1 something a letter.
Exactly.
Right.
And here's,
That's just
and
one.
here's the key, Scott. Here's the key. We're talking about you can do yellow handwritten letters with a yellow handwritten, with a white handwritten envelope with a first class stamp. No insignia here. A first
Oh, yeah.
class stamp.
So for that $4, that would basically be 3 letters that we would send out from one of the yellow letter campaign publishers or companies that
It's
we would
all
use.
built into the system. It's
Yeah.
built inside. So when you go behind the back door of this system, all these templates from real estate professionals are built into it. And you just choose the template you want.
Wow.
makes it
That's
easy.
why I love this system.
Oh yeah, that's awesome.
Click and
It
go.
just came out 3 months ago.
Does
The
it
owner
update?
of the system is a guy by the name of Andy Detweiler. He owns a company called Go Big Printing. And the reason why he could do this at so low cost, because he's a mail house. His company is a mail house. And he just built this real estate platform around the mail house.
Okay. Does it update for people that call and say, "Do not contact me"?
Yes, you can turn it off throughout the system based on the response and everything. Yes.
And that's yes. The person asked, "Is that 3 touches per month for 6 months? Total 18 touches?"
That's correct. That's correct. Now, that's a 6-month campaign. If you want to do a 3-month campaign, the cost of that is only $2.02.
Yeah, sure. That's awesome.
So this is what we use for direct mail, postcards, text, email. 6 touches, 2 touches. You can even do 9, 12 touches if you chose to. Now, here's the key. You will not be doing this with every address that's in your list. We identify the leads that we call the hot opportunities. This is only for our hot opportunities that get this type of attention. So let me go back one. And for cold calling, this is what my company used. We got a $3 line on average. We're doing somewhere around 15 to 18,000 calls a month. And this is what we use, Mojo Sells, on a $3 line. It dials up to 300 calls an hour. You can get the basic version of Mojo for your cold calling at a cost of $99 a month. Once you throw in a couple add-ins, you're probably looking at about $129 a month to get that up and running if you want to do cold calling and have an automated dialer to do it for you. The automated single line dialer will dial a total of, I think it's 100 calls an hour.
Wow.
And
That
this
was
is
bad.
the,
That was badprintgenie.io, right?
that's correct.
Yeah.
And this is the beast, the creme de la creme of our real estate company, Podio. I'm going to show you, I'm going to go back to a screen share and show you my Podio system and all that it does, because that's the best way I really can explain the way this system works. Let's go in.
Does Mojo Dialer skip trace for free, or do we have to pay for an add-on?
You have to pay for an add-on for Mojo at $30, but $40. But remember, I told you it's unlimited skip tracing. So you could either use Mojo for $1 and skip tracing, or depending on your budget, you could just use it for skip tracing.
Right. Is mojosells.com same website as Mojo Skip Tracing?
No, but inside of Mojo Sells is a link that takes you to what they call the lead store. And inside there, that's where you can get the actual skip tracing.
Chucky buys
Let me
lucky
know
houses.
when you see the screen.
Yep. Chucky buys lucky houses.
Okay, this is my actual custom-made Podio setup. These are all the different apps, and I think the best way I can do is just to go into a basic one. We have a basic lead that I put in here today to show you guys. Now I'm going to jump off of this real quick so you guys don't see my leads. I don't trust you. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that.
What
But,
was that last screen? Can you go back one?
So I'm going to scroll down and give you a little bit of how this works. You put in the information, or the person comes in automatically from the website, and then I have an actual Podio person that handles all the actual leads that come in the system. And the people that ask you in the system, one thing you can do, you can click a button and you can call the lead from inside the system. Depending on the actual lead itself, you can go down to this section and it takes the person through the whole sales process, the lead stage, and then it has the lead type, it has the source, and then you actually can follow up through this whole process. So I can click a button and send out a text message. I can click a button and send out a voice message. I can click a button and send out a ringless voicemail campaign, all inside this system. I can click a button and send out one postcard. I have 3 different style postcards inside of Podio. So that's the automation that I have built in here. If I wanted to do it automated, I could put in a date and it will send out campaigns to that date for a time period on the calendar for as many times as I wanted to go out, all within inside of my Podio system. Now that's just in the Seller's Lead app. That's just one app. If I go into,
And mind you, this isn't standard with Podio because you customized it with a programmer.
Exactly. But what I'm trying to bring to you is the reason why I love Podio so much. Because you could hire somebody off of one of the actual virtual assistant sites like Fiverr or Upwork who's also familiar with Podio and have your Podio custom set up.
Right.
Now,
it's a very powerful tool.
Right. This properties app, it allows us to have properties in the system where when you click a button, this is another dummy right here. You actually go through the system, you click a button, and it automatically pulls the actual repair costs. I got different numbers based on the areas that we're in, what it would cost for lipstick, what it costs for paint and carpet per square foot, and so on. It also estimates the actual formula that you're going to use in order to buy that house. It also pulls comps for you. It also pulls up the information of past sales, and it also allows you to pull up pictures of the actual property and so on. It's also integrated with Zillow. Now, trust me when I say I do not use Zillow for comps, but if I want my person to just to get a quick look, we had a Zillow integration inside of here where you can actually get the data of a property by clicking on a button. So that's what we call the Properties app.
Yeah, that's what we always tell people. You can't use Zillow for comps, but it just gives you an overview of what's been happening in the market area.
Yeah, you could get, I mean, they can't lie about the sold. So
Right.
you could get a guesstimate of.
Exactly. Now, this is the app right here where if we fill in the information here, I can generate a contract. Or we can send out a contract with DocuSign. All through this actual system. I can create a letter of intent on deals that we're interested in. And we can also download it and email it as well.
Very powerful tool.
Lots of good information.
Yes.
You,
Thank you.
you rock.
This app right here, this is a beast. This app right here actually scrapes Craigslist. And the way it works, we actually scrape campaigns off of Craigslist, and then I just click on it, or my agent would just click on it, and then we could actually, just by clicking a button, send out an email, send out a text message, or send out a second follow-up, a third follow-up, a fourth follow-up, until the person on Craigslist responds to us.
Do you have the Genie tied into this?
No, Print Genie is not tied into this, no.
Okay.
Where Print Genie comes into play with this is, like I said, that's a standalone system that we use. My agent pulls the actual content of the actual lead if it's not already in here. Because the way we work our system, Scott, is that generally it comes in here first and then it goes to Print Genie.
Okay.
Because remember, I talked about we're looking for a certain type of lead. So that lead is identified inside of here. And then that lead is exported into Print Genie and then go out as a targeted campaign.
Gotcha. Awesome stuff.
Yeah, so that's my systems. That's the tools and resources that we use. And as I promised you guys, I got a boatload of bonuses for you. I'm going to give you, each and every last one of you who've asked questions, I'm going to send my actual slides to Scott. And at the end of my slides, it's going to have the actual links to my digital download for this. It's going to also have my actual credibility, my actual credibility kit that you can click on and get the digital version of my credibility kit. I'm going to also give you guys the actual questionnaire I use when I want to interview my power team members. Questions you ask your contractors, questions you ask your virtual assistants, questions you ask your real estate agents, questions you ask your title company. All these questions you ask them to identify whether or not that person is a good person to work with. I'm going to also give you that just for being a person, just for being on this webinar tonight and taking the advantage of what Scott has put together.
Awesome.
Yeah, this is awesome. We appreciate that, Charles, very much.
You want to get married?
I'm gonna tell you right now, my wife ain't gonna like that one. She just peeked her head through the door. What do you mean get married?
What was that?
I don't think that's legal, Charles. They call me the mad scientist. I'll be the dead scientist.
It's a business marriage proposal.
I know you're kidding. I know.
Men have such dirty minds.
We have some questions coming in.
Questions.
Sure.
Lisa wants to know, do you do coaching for someone wanting to get started in real estate investing?
I do, but I'm not here to sell anything. I'm here to give you guys information out of respect for Scott. I mean, no, this is all about giving you guys quality content that you guys can do the business. I got a YouTube channel with over at least 500 videos. There's so much information out there.
Right.
So that's the answer I'm going to give you. I'm sticking to it.
And I
Start
would
there,
recommend, yeah, I would recommend follow Charles and the
Exactly.
multiple locations, Facebook, YouTube, and
Especially YouTube, because
Yeah.
that's my key. That's my first source of my funnel. It goes
Right.
through YouTube and then it goes to everywhere else.
and I think you have Meetup also. You're on there.
Yes.
What I'll do is anybody that sends me an email, I just posted it. Send me the email, and then I could send you the links to where he's reachable on the different platforms as
And-
well.
Hey, Charles, just
Yes.
wanted you to see. I don't know if you can see from over there. The we have your Carlton sheets.
We have the same seat, the same DVD.
We actually have them on cassette. We
And VCR.
started with that one.
Yeah, we started VCR tapes.
I did a video on YouTube honoring Carlton right after he passed away. So that's a definite video I want you guys to take a look at on my YouTube channel, which is
Okay.
underneath my name, Charles Blair.
We have his from cassette tapes.
Mhm.
Yeah, cassette with VCR, and then
Yeah.
it went to DVD and CDs, and
We actually found these DVDs in an abandoned property.
they were evicted. It was a
Yeah,
foreclosure.
it was a foreclosure.
Never
They
opened.
weren't even opened.
We were like, maybe you didn't.
If you opened them, you wouldn't have gotten foreclosed on.
Like I said, it took me 3 orders for me to open mines.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
didn't open mines up until the 3rd order.
Um,
I told you guys I got a 9th grade. I got a 9th grade drop. I'm a 9th grade dropout, so I'm a little slow.
Hey, I made it to 12th grade and I'm
Yeah.
still slow.
with all the tools together, what type of budget do you think we need per month? And what is the budget for the marketing on a monthly basis?
Well, I would tell you right now, you guys could get away with less than $400 a month marketing budget and start doing deals.
Yep.
And I'm talking about having a system like PropStream, integrating Mojo Sells. I'm not necessarily saying that you guys would have to use. I would also put Mojo Dollar in there right there, because you look at those 3 tools. PropStream is $97. Mojo is $120, and Mojo Sells is $30. That's only $250 right there. So you have another $150 to go with. With the $150, I could incorporate probably, I would maybe do a car rail. That gives me that's $30. That leaves me for $120. That's not even $400. So with
Right.
less than $400, you can start generating deals.
And then you could do the Genie, Man
Yeah.
Genie.
Exactly.
Right. I think earlier Charles said that he spends around $10,000 per month on marketing. Yeah. But Charles is more advanced than most of the people that are going to be doing
Charles
marketing.
has a big team
Right.
with him.
Yes.
If you don't have a team of people right now, you're not going to want to spend $10,000 because you need a team of people to handle the
You
call
need the
flow.
right team, though.
Right.
That's what's
That's the
great that
key.
he's sending us the questionnaire. Yeah.
You guys just hit it right on the nail.
The web scraper mentioned earlier, what's the name or website?
It's called the Automated REI. In fact,
Yep.
the Automated REI.
TAREI.
Yes.
Okay. I sent out the email.
Lisa said, yeah, thanks, Charles.
Thank you.
Wonder if I can ask my question rather than type it out.
Oh, so yeah.
If you want to unmute Francis, I don't want to butcher it, but Picarillo.
Yeah, you got it.
All right,
Ah.
there he is.
Yeah. Oh, you guys
What's
can
up,
see me too?
Francis?
Sweet.
Um,
I'm doing good. How you guys doing?
We're doing good.
Awesome. Thanks for letting me hop on for a second. Chuck, I got 2 questions for you. First of all, thanks for all you guys for hosting and taking the time out this evening. It's been awesome. A lot of awesome information.
Thank
So
you.
Chuck, I got 2
Very
questions for you. One's a little easier, one's might be a little tougher. Which one you want first?
I like the tough stuff first.
Okay, so here's so first of all, I'm 29 years old and I'm actually under contract for my first rental property. So
Okay.
I'm a firm believer that real estate belongs in the portfolio. I really like it. Also, though, I'm a financial advisor. I do financial planning and coaching.
Mhm.
And I just started doing this month. I just opened my practice this month. For the last 5 years, I've been training financial advisors on how to be financial advisors. So I want to hear from somebody like you, where in your business, whether it's in your business model or whether it's in your personal life, where could you see use for someone who does financial planning and coaching as a real estate investor or a marketer? I guess as a business owner.
That's a tough question, because the reason why I say I speak from what I know of, and I don't have a financial advisor as one of my team members. I wish I did early on, because well, let me put it to you like this: if you can afford it, early on, because I can't tell you guys how much money I blew the first 7 years in the business. It was all because of not understanding the value of that dollar, and not understanding that you're not going to be 30 years old for years. You're going to get old, and you need to have planning for retirement. You need to have some type of concept of what you want to do 15, 20, 25 years from now. And the best time to do that is early on.
I agree.
That's, to me, is the answer to that. As early as possible. When you start making money, at the same time, start understanding or learning how to best manage it.
That makes sense. I agree. It's never too late to start, but I agree. I might be reaching out to you on that kind of thing, because it is never too late to start.
You said that was the hard one. What's the easy one?
So the easy one, well, I hope it's an easy one. So on the beginning of this call, my wife was actually listening in. She's inside right now, but she's a teacher, and she actually she teaches at-risk youth. And she wanted me to ask you if you'd have the opportunity maybe next year to come and talk to the students and tell your story, because she really liked your story at the beginning.
I would love to. One of the things you learn about when I do presentations, the speaking for me is a love. I don't sell anything. That's another reason why I get asked to speak a lot, because it's all content and it's raw. I'm not a professional speaker. I just love to talk about real estate. You get me running about real estate. Like I said, the school system couldn't reach me, but Carlton Sheets and understanding and loving real estate, it just basically opened my eyes, and I've been glazed eyes ever since.
Awesome. All right. Well, listen, I'm going to reach out to you about that too in the future. So thanks very much for your time. Scott and Tabitha, thank you guys very much for hosting tonight as well.
Oh, very welcome. I'm glad you enjoyed. I did.
Andrea asked, do you use or have you heard of Rehab Valuator, Charles?
I have heard of it. I've never used it. Like I said, I can't even count how many rehabs I've done. So for me, it wouldn't be something that I would have use for. If I looked at it as a teaching tool, I have yet to evaluate that as a teaching tool in regards to rehab. So I really couldn't speak on it, but I have heard of it, but I have yet to evaluate it.
Okay, I think was that all of them?
I think we're caught up. Everybody was sending their email address to get the information to. It works really well to pull together a wholesale deal. Had them on 8-track.
And Scott, what I'll do, I got the email that I sent you guys with the bio in. Give me till tomorrow. I'm going to convert the slides to a PDF. I'm going to put in all those links that I promised you, but you will have the actual PDF with the actual link to the PDF tomorrow, no later than noon.
Okay, that's great.
Awesome.
Awesome. Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, because I got contractors at 3 to go meet.
Okay. Any questions on Facebook side?
Nope, we're good.
Okay.
Everybody's all caught up. We're almost 2 hours in, and we said we usually an hour.
We always do that. We set it for an hour, and then if it's...
I told you I can talk.
Yeah.
Hey, we love it, and I'm sure everybody else has, because they're still here.
The interaction is great, and that's what makes it great, you know, when people have questions and they get their answers, you know. That's what it's all about.
Exactly. Man, thank you. Like I said, I appreciate the opportunity, man. You guys have put together a really strong organization. And as soon as you reached out to me, I said, absolutely, I want to work with you guys. So thank you for giving me the opportunity to share what I love about real estate.
Well, thanks for joining us and going
really
over this.
thank you.
Yeah, we appreciate you coming on and going over all this information for everybody that joined. and appreciate the information you're going to provide for after the slides and the book and the other things that you're sending us to give to them.
I have one other question.
Sure.
Do you still go with the cruise? Do you still
No.
go on?
Nah.
Just wondering.
Nah. I tell people at this point in time, if I pick up a hammer, somebody's going to the hospital. So it's truth be told, I never was the person that could do the work. I knew how the work could be done. I knew what it should be done at what cost, but I was never that guy that could do the work. And I would never recommend anybody that seriously want to scale their business to be that guy to do the work. Now, I know investors that do the work and they're happy with 2, 3, 4, 5 deals a year. That's fine. But if you want to scale yourself, if you want to scale your business, it's all about replacing yourself. And for me, you have to identify your strengths. My biggest strengths that I identified years ago was marketing and negotiations. Everything else is built around it. It's outsourced out, team members and so on. I come up with the marketing concepts and I give them to people to implement. That's my strength.
We did get another question real quick.
What is your recommendation on how to accurately evaluate comps and dealing with legal side of wholesaling, such as contracts and such?
I use PropStream for my business. Even though I have access to the MLS, I don't even use the MLS anymore. I actually use PropStream for evaluating comps. That's what we use. We've been using it for almost a year and a half now. So that's what we use for evaluating comps. Now, what was the second part of the question?
The legal side.
Yeah, the legal side of wholesaling, such as contracts and such.
I got an attorney. My attorney goes over everything that we do. He actually owns a title company as well. He's a real estate attorney. And he does all of my paperwork. He does all of my creative stuff subject to owner structured finance, land installment, wraparound. He does everything in regards to the transaction engineering stuff we do.
Cool. Yeah, we kind of do that.
Yeah.
We've been creating
We create them
contracts.
and then hand it to the lawyer just to review.
Right.
That way, it's just it's a
The
little
legal
bit.
doc.
Yeah, it's a legal doc and it's a little cheaper than them writing it up. It
Right.
becomes the same paper. Because
Exactly.
we learned from Robert Sheeman, he said, make it simple. Make it stupid simple when you're writing stuff.
Yeah.
And it becomes a legal binding contract.
That's the key. That's the key to negotiating. It's not using big words when you're talking to the sellers. It's making it simple.
Yeah. Will your postcard yellow letter copy be included with your packet book?
I was wondering if I was like, I want to get a book.
Here's what I would do. I can actually pull up a screenshot and include that in the email that I'm going to send tomorrow of my favorite postcard that I use for landlords.
Okay.
Oh, it's for landlords. Oh, I like that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay. How does PropStream pull comps? What course are they accessing?
The great part about PropStream, they have relationships with almost every MLS around the country. So you can use PropStream almost in any city in any state around the country, getting direct information from the MLS.
Cool. Yeah, I've been hitting a few people recently over the past few weeks that are now getting like nationwide MLS access in their tool.
Yes.
Well, it's expensive here in Jersey and New York
But
area.
the whole thing is that, like Charles said, you don't need to go out and get MLS access if you're
Just use
use
the
the
other
tool.
one. Yeah.
It may cost a little more, but it also gives you more functionality. It's not just the comps; it's evaluation of the market and other things. So there's more to
And
it
the
than just
leads.
here's the comps.
That's the key. The 10,000 leads per month you can download. That's the key.
Yeah, and for what's on the market, you can access that through a multiple realm of sources.
Oh, you know,
don't
we're
need
going to
MLS.
sit and play on the computer tomorrow. We're going to get up, do our yoga, and then we're going to go to the computer. Yes, I make him do yoga.
Oh, that's okay. That's okay.
We're accountability with our friends in Georgia.
Yep, she's in
So-
Georgia. We get up every morning and do yoga together through Zoom.
That's nice. That's nice.
So we're gonna play. All right. Oh, you're very welcome for your first meeting. Sorry, it had to be on a Zoom. We used to like the hotels where we could actually
I know.
meet people.
I know. I'm the same way.
We'll get there.
Yeah, there's
we'll get there.
Their first meeting, they learned so much. They greatly appreciate it.
I'm not sure how to pronounce her name, so I don't want to butcher it. Abby.
Abby,
Lisa said thank you as well.
Andrea had to go. She says thank you. She learned so much. I saw that before. What did Anthony say? Anthony had something right there.
That was the prop stream.
Pop stream comps. Okay.
Yeah, Lisa was thanks so much. Learned a lot.
So did I.
That's what it's all about, constantly learning.
That's it.
Oh,
I
what is the VA website
The
again?
VA website.
That was the one, I know.
Onlinejobs.ph.
Yep,
Yes.
onlinejobs.ph, that was it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Anthony Uva said great content. Thank you, Anthony.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right.
Okay.
So if you want to put the screen back, and if everybody wants to unmute and they want to say thank you to Charles, whoever's left there, they're more than welcome.
Okay, let's go to the unmute.
Charles, great stuff. Thank you very much.
Thank you,
Thank
Charles.
you guys. I appreciate it.
All right.
Thanks a lot, Charles, Scott, Tabitha. Great night.
Oh, very welcome.
Welcome, very welcome.
Thank you
Thank-
guys.
Thanks, you guys. Take care.
You
Bye-bye.
too.
Thanks for coming on, everybody. Thanks for joining us, Charles.
We'll speak soon.
All
Yes.
right. Thank you.
Thanks, Charles.
Okay.
And I love the painting of the wall back there, Charles.
Thank you.
Okay.
Rob, what are you eating? Is that bacon? So how is everybody?
Korean barbecue pork jerky.
Nice.
Thanks. Where's mine?
Excuse me for still chewing.
No, you're perfectly fine. It's that time where you got to have a snack and get ready. Oh,
Yeah.
so Sam, now you can unmute.
Oh, Charles is still the host.
Uh-oh.
I gotta get him off the host. I can do this. Wait a minute.
Hey, thank you guys so much for setting this up.
Oh, you're very welcome. I see you enjoyed it, huh?
How do you pronounce your name? Abby or?
Yeah, no, that's perfect. It's Abby.
Okay.
Yeah. So when we start having them at the hotels again, and you can meet us in person.
Yes.
Oh, 100%. I'm like looking forward to it.
Us too.
Yeah, we're tired of being stuck cooped up. How can
I like to actually get up, walk around, greet people.
Yeah, definitely
Yeah.
meeting people like in real life. There's no like substitute for it. I feel like online meetings isn't necessarily a substitute.
It just gets you
It's-
information though.
Yeah,
that,
it
you know,
helps you to keep
100%,
moving
yeah.
forward. Keep
Mhm.
going, because this is the actual night that we have our meetings. It's the last
Okay.
Wednesday of every month.
Okay,
So,
gotcha. Yeah,
so we're trying to keep that going. Plus, we throw, special guests like we've had the Tomenko family on.
B&K properties.
Yeah, B&K Properties. They were amazing. If you go back in there and you look, they went from like 42 flips to owning them to just single family homes to
Storage units.
almost 1,000 door storage units
Yep.
to ground build up
New
construction.
construction. Yep.
Then now they're doing new construction, but 30 units for an assisted living.
wow.
So they keep changing with the times. So
Yeah.
we had them on.
Well, yeah, I'll definitely check it out.
Contractors, we've had how he's always in another country, flying and going somewhere,
Right.
but yet his business still runs. So we've been doing a whole bunch of different stuff trying to help everybody. So,
Yeah, for sure. No, I'll definitely check that out, and like I'm gonna stick around because that was like very informational.
I love Charles.
We usually try to bring on people that provide great quality information for everybody.
Mhm.
That's one of the things we do. And then we always try and bring in something that's different than what other groups are doing, because I don't want to be repetitive and tell you about the same information that 5 or 6 other RIA groups are doing. And, you know, it's good to have the information, but it gets repetitive. We try and bring information to people of things that you need, that you're not getting out there, and it's hard to find.
Mhm.
Like tonight, Charles gave a ton of information on a ton of sites.
I learned, and we've
Yeah,
been
no,
doing this
I've
stuff
been
for a
taking
while.
notes ever since he started talking.
Yeah,
I was like, I kept looking to make sure it is recording. I have it on Facebook, so we're good. So
yeah.
I was like, because there's so much in there. So
I'm looking forward to that book too. I'm definitely going to check that out.
I'm going to go on what is it, Amazon or whatever, and look up the 4 of them. See, at first, I found Charles years and years ago. I believe I met him somewhere at I don't even remember exactly. It was some kind of event.
Yeah.
And then I looked him up, and he was running hosting a cruise, so I was like, hey, like, how much is this cruise? So I started checking it out. So then I started following him. I'm like, how does he host a cruise? So like, if you're hosting a cruise, I want to go on the cruise.
Yeah.
So that's how I ended up finding him and following him. So if you want to do whatever you want to do, you follow somebody else. You do what they do, and you don't reinvent the wheel. So,
For sure, yeah.
but that was really cool. I was like, I couldn't believe it when you pulled up the Carlton sheets.
Yep. We bought it. The first version was back in what, 1991
And his
or something.
no down
92.
payment.
I think it was
That's
92.
crazy.
We bought it long time ago.
I know. I thought I had the other ones over here in the unit. Oh,
Yeah, I saw you pull that out when he was presenting in the beginning.
Yeah.
okay. So we're dating ourselves, but these are other ones. You know what this is? It's called a VH tape.
BCR
Oh yeah,
tape.
yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah, no, I used to borrow them from the local library.
Now, these are the ones that we found in the unit in the house. So I was like, wow. I was like, all they had to do was just open them. If they would have opened those, but they have in these, I mean, they're like, he has a lot of amazing information in them. So,
And you can still use information. It's not, so many information. Like Peter Fortunato, we got the opportunity to meet him. That guy's a plethora of knowledge. He's been around since the late 60s
yeah.
doing real estate investing. And I know he was supposed to be coming up here, I think in October, but now with this, we don't know.
Yeah, never know.
Yeah.
So Peach Fortunato,
Pete Fortunato,
Alan
yep.
Cowgill, we've met him.
Yep.
Robert Sheeman, he's my other favorite. He's Why Is That Idiot Rich and I'm Not? I love that book. There's a few others, so.
Just trying to get the chat session, so I got everybody's email.
For sure.
Okay.
All right, I gotta hop off, but it was a pleasure talking to you
Yeah,
guys.
definitely. We'll be in touch.
Yep.
Join us on any one of them. And if you don't hesitate, ask the questions. That's what we're here for.
Thank you, thank you.
Thank you, guys. Oh, and Rob, I see you 3:15 tomorrow. I saw that text, but we were kind of live, so I couldn't even tell you. We were still live.
You actually mentioned it while the
Yeah, that we're going to meet the contract at 3:15.
yeah, you're like, oh, I'm gonna go meet with the contractor tomorrow at 3:00. And it's so funny. Right before you did that, my wife was asking me. She's like, "Hey, did you talk to Tabitha yet? Did you set up that time? Is she able to confirm?" And 5 minutes later, you're like, "I got to meet a contractor tomorrow at 3:00." And I wasn't paying attention. Like I was zoning out to one of my kids, and she's like, "Hey, Tabitha just talked about you. I guess you confirmed for tomorrow." So
Hey, Charles, if you're still there, I think you got to give me control.
We need control back.
Can you hear me, Charles? Hey.
oh boy. All right. Have a great
All
night,
right.
guys.
You
Tab, I will
too.
text you when I'm on the way tomorrow. Scott, you gonna be there too?
I got to look and see what my schedule is,
Yeah.
potentially. You know, I think
Whatever.
I should be, because I think Thursdays I'm pretty open, but
He-
you never know.
That's the
I'll
way
make sure I
people
bring
are.
flashlights.
Yeah, we're gonna need, well,
No, just
no,
in the
not really.
basement.
Just in the basement, yeah.
All right, whatever. I got it. It's always with me.
I got the
Oh,
flashlight.
Tab, send me the address.
Oh yeah, we'll do. All right.
All right. Have a great night, guys. Thanks a
All
lot.
right, you too.
Bye now.
Later.
Trying to figure out. Yeah, he's still hosting. Charles, I don't know if you can hear me. I can't stop the recording because he's got it. Do we have his number?
Yes, I have his number. We talked to him.
Oh, give him a call. There he is.
And Sam, he's still muted because Charles muted him.
No, that's Sal got me in it. I don't know who's saying this.
He left his phone in there. I hear it.
And speaker, I think he's over there because I think his wife is talking.
Hey, Charles. We need you to return the host back over. You have to send it back to us so that we can stop the recording.
Yeah, I can't.
You can't click on him and
No,
his name.
no, he has to
That?
click back on us.
You can't click on Charles, the little thingy. Got a little blue thingy. What does the little blue thingy do?
Yeah, because it's going to stay recording until he gets us back.
Thanks for calling. Please leave your name.
It's not working. Where did he go?
He left the room. Light, like he's got the lights all dim.
Can't end the meeting or anything.
I can leave, but the meeting's going to stay running because he's the host now. Hey, Charles.
Charles!
I don't know if you can hear us.
I'm in a recording studio. It has sound.
I don't know who this is. Hey, Charles.
Charles!
Stay here forever. You promise me I'll leave it. Fucking hot.
Charles!
I'll talk to you like a fucking.
I answering his phone.
It's fucking hot.
Hear other stuff going on.
I can't. We got to end it on Facebook, maybe. We're still live. What do you mean what? See if we can end it. Gonna keep trying to call him, I guess. Send him an email maybe.
And it's still live on Facebook. I don't know what to do.
Just keep calling it. Maybe I'll hear it. Or leave a message. You might get a text.
I
Call,
did
leave-
text it, and I sent a message.
I'm gonna get these people's emails also. I want to end it. So.
There's nowhere else for you to be able to swap it back without him.
There's nothing.
Take a photo of me.
Uh-huh.
Fucking